You know, I would love to see the NBA bring back the Seattle Supersonics. Adam Silver has to make this wish come true for every single basketball fan and even for the city of Seattle to bring this team back and rejuvenate and come alive again. You know, the last time this team has ever played an NBA game was when Kevin Durant knocked down two last field goals to win a game. And that was against the Mavs. Crazy, ain't it? Former Thunder, former Sonic, hitting the last shot of, the last ever look of a franchise like the Seattle Supersonics. Crazy. So Adam Silver, I beg of you, many NBA fans beg of you to bring this team back, man. It's long overdue. This team's been known since the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then they're gone. Now everybody think that the OKC Thunder is the Seattle Supersonics. It's nowhere near close to that. No disrespect to OKC. They just won the NBA Finals. Coming off of a Game 7 playing against the Indiana Pacers, who happen to have so much dark horse magic to make it all the way to the NBA Finals. Now, I just want every single person, just imagine how it would feel in early October when the Seattle Supersonics return back to the Western Conference Finals. One day, someday at that point, or come back to the Western Conference, let alone. Because if you put the Seattle Supersonics back into that fold in the Western Conference, they're going to compete with the Grizzlies. They're going to compete with the Suns, which, well, by the way, Kevin Durant got traded from the Suns straight to the Houston Rockets, and we're going to mention the Houston Rockets because the Houston Rockets are a team that's up and coming. Jalen Green, you're just a journeyman at this point, so don't throw shots at Detroit ever again. You got the Suns, Rockets, Lakers, Clippers, so many other teams, including the Utah Jazz, who just, by the way, picked up Ace Bailey last night. And his reaction definitely had him, feeling some type of way about being picked fifth by the Utah Jazz. But other than that, it's so many good teams that can bring you on a thrill ride out in the Western Conference. And you got a lot of competition coming out of there. Don't put the Seattle Supersonics in the East, because they might come out the East and go to the NBA Finals that fast if they hit to the East. But it would be more important that they put them back in the Western Conference rightfully where they belong. Excuse me. But there's another team I think that will come into that picture as well as an expansion. Las Vegas, New Mexico, Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh would be nice for a basketball, team, an NBA franchise, so to speak. I think, I think that, having an NBA franchise come to your city is great. I think it's a beautiful thing. Even when you're a city that loves sports and you're a die-hard fan of the sport of basketball. If you don't believe me, Minnesota had the Lakers. They went from Minnie to LA in a matter of moments. Mentioning the Clippers again. The Clippers, they were once the Buffalo Clippers. They were in Buffalo, moved to LA. Money talks for some reason, especially when it comes to ownership. Hey, players listen to money too. Don't get it twisted. But when it comes to having an expansion, you got to have a great front office. You got to have a great set of players. You got to have a great set of coaches that can coach and develop the players well, game by game, week by week. It's an 82-game season, so you got to make sure that it's always right to develop, coach, and teach these players the game, the X's and O's, and select well when you're drafting. Last night, it showed you a great, preview of why teams love to draft well in the first round, and then find, a hidden gem in the second round that could turn out to be an all-star. It's crazy, right? Right. So, to Seattle, I hope you get your Seattle Supersonics back. I hope to see them back. I mean, you got a long history of great players that came out of there. Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Luke Riddendor. You had Sean Kemp. You had Gary Payton. You had damn, his last name is fucking like out of nowhere. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Number 11, you had him. And then you had guys like DJ, Dennis Johnson, I think, who was once, a Seattle Supersonic, and then he went to the Boston Celtics. Then you had Lenny Wilkens, who head coached your team and brought you your first ever NBA championship, 1979. It's a long time ago. The NBA All-Star Game was in Seattle as well. Different time zone, too. So, like I said, I hope you guys get your team back. I hope the city gets its, mojo back and go back to basketball games. Kraken's out there. The Mariners are out there. Big shout out to Ken Griffey Jr. He played with his father, Ken Griffey Sr., out in Seattle. That's where his career started. It wasn't in Cincinnati. So shut up, Reds fans. But then again, Seattle has a great history and it deserves its basketball team, without a doubt. Let me know your thoughts on the Seattle Supersonics. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Chicken Nugget King 313. I'm at 318 subscribers. That's a hell of a feeling. And oh, by the way, just stay tuned to the Lions Cook-Up with Chicken Nugget King, episode 3. That's tomorrow. Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. It's gonna be spicy hot. And oh yeah, make sure you tune in to me having my thoughts about NBA on NBC. Yeah, that's gonna be hot too. So make sure you stay tuned and don't touch that dial. Chicken Nugget King 313. I'm out. Hit my music.
From the team where the teams all grind, no luck. Wings on the ice, Tigers on the up. Lions roaring, Pistons never stuck. Detroit sports talk, we just don't give up. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field clean. 313 in the house, living the dream. Takes flying like a deep end zone throw. Barry ran the block, made defenders eat snow. From Comerica to LCA, it's all flow. Detroit's got a heartbeat in case you didn't know. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field clean. 313 in the house, living the dream. We cheer, we scream for the play. Sports talk, electric, every night, every day. Changing the game, got no cliches. Detroit in our veins, that'll never fade away. Red and blue pride, Motown gets loud. Pistons in the mix till the fans go wild. Lines breaking curses, yeah, we stand proud. Chicken Nugget King repping that hometown crowd.